Chodesh Tov, Synagogue Emmanuel. Today is the first day in the 9-day period that leads up to the holiday Tisha B'Av, which commemorates the destruction of both temples in Jerusalem. It's a day that history has added on many different calamities to. Tisha B'Av, which we'll celebrate on July 29th and 30th, is the day when we read the book of Lamentations. It's the only other full 25-hour fast day in the Jewish calendar other than Yom Kippur. And if you watch your email, you've seen information come out about the ways to join us in person on the 29th for Minyan, or on Zoom the next morning on the 30th to hear Eicha, to hear the book of Lamentations, to join us in prayer in commemoration of this day. But today I wanted to talk to you about two different things, because as we begin the month of Av, the first of Av that is, we recognize that we're a mere 2 months away from some very important days, the Yamim Noraim, the high holidays, from Rosh Hashanah, from Yom Kippur, from Sukkot. How in this time of COVID, in this time of pandemic, when we're unable to physically gather together here in the sanctuary, how is it that we can celebrate these most important, these most holy days together? It's been something that myself and the entire leadership has been focused on from very early on in the pandemic. And we've gone back and forth, we've had discussions all around, we've waited to see what exactly will the pandemic look like. In March, we didn't know how long it would last. We still don't know how long it will last. And so I wanted to talk today to you about some decisions that we've made and some changes that are coming to Synagogue Emmanuel. Now I'll be honest. We learn in rabbinical school, we learn throughout our careers as rabbis that when you begin a new position, a new job, you should spend that first year listening to the congregation, listening to the people to hear what it is they want. And that change, if at all, should come slowly in that first year. But with everything going on this year, unfortunately, those changes have to come faster. They have to come because they're necessary, because we want to be able to include all of us, all of our members, in ways that connect us to Judaism, to each other. And so, even as I want to continue to listen to the congregation, to each of you, to hear what it is that you want, what it is that you need in this time, we're also making some fairly big changes to how Emmanuel conducts its services. Up until now, we haven't been live streaming our services. You might have joined us on Zoom for our morning minyan or for an evening minyan. We're doing Zoom for Tisha B'Av, for Eicha reading. On those days when it's not Shabbat or Yom Tov, and we can interact through Zoom and use our computers or other devices in that way, Zoom is a wonderful tool that we can use to see each other's faces. Along with the leadership, though, and some very dedicated individuals, we've made that decision to begin live streaming Shabbat and holiday services. More information will be coming out in a little bit as to how exactly this will look like. We're in the process of getting and installing all the equipment that will be needed to allow us to start broadcasting Shabbat morning, and then of course the high holidays. Now I take this seriously. The idea behind this ability to live stream is because I firmly believe in our need to make Shabbat morning, to make the high holidays, to make all the holidays accessible to each and every one of us in the safest way possible. I'm committed to only doing live Shabbat or holiday services in a way that it's not just about the 10 people that are physically in the room, but that all of us can join in. And so doing a Shabbat morning service for just the 10 people that are physically here in the sanctuary together that's not good enough for me. We're bringing the camera in because we want, as a community, we want the services to be accessible to everyone in ways that keep us healthy and safe, in ways that allow us to engage with the service, to pray along, to hear the tunes, the nusach that is so familiar and comforting, whether you're able to be here or whether you need to be somewhere else for the sake of your health. We're also setting up the ability for you to be able to join or attend virtually in a way that doesn't require that you touch or use the computer on Shabbat or Yom Tov. It's going to be a learning process, it's going to be a learning curve, both us on how to interact with that camera, with a sanctuary that isn't full on Shabbat or a holiday. And it's going to take a learning curve on all of your parts of how to use the technology, which is why our hope is to start streaming Shabbat morning services as soon as we can, so that we can work out those kinks leading up to the high holidays. And Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, all those holidays also will be live streamed over the internet. It's not going to be Zoom, it's going to be something that looks a little bit different, but we've been working really hard to make sure that it's top of the line, really good technology, and that our building, that our infrastructure is all set to go in time for the holidays. Now I know it's not going to be the same. I know that joining in services over the internet through a computer or other device just doesn't feel the same way in our souls, in our hearts, as it does to sit here in the sanctuary with everyone on those days, whether celebrating a simcha, whether giving comfort to those in need, whether a holiday or Shabbat. And it's okay that it doesn't feel the same. It's okay that it feels different, because this year it is different. We're all making the best of the situation. We're all trying to work together to find those ways to make the holidays as meaningful, as powerful as they can be, despite the fact that we won't be gathered together as an entire community, as an entire congregation on those days. But Judaism and our community doesn't only happen in this room that I'm standing in now. It happens in all different places. It happens in our homes, it happens in the streets, it happens in so many different locations. And part of our high holiday programming is dedicated to that and is taking that into mind as we move forward. I'm excited today to announce the first of the high holiday programs that we've been working on. It's the ritual of Tashlich. Now you may know Tashlich. It's a ritual where we symbolically rid ourselves of sin. We take breadcrumbs or some other substance that can be destroyed completely by water, and we take those breadcrumbs and we cast them into a moving body of water, naming different transgressions that we've done throughout the year as we cast them away. It's a way that we can take an intangible idea, this idea of repentance, of removal of sin, and make it physical. Normally, this ritual is performed on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, unless, like this year, it falls on Shabbat, in which case we move it to the second day of Rosh Hashanah. However, tradition also teaches us that if we're unable to do it on the second day for whatever reason, that you're able to do it after Rosh Hashanah but before Yom Kippur. And so we're taking that idea, we're taking that leniency, and we're extending it a little bit further, saying that because this is a ritual that requires us to gather together, even that time frame of between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur isn't enough. And so we're going to be starting Tashlich early. We'll be starting it on the 1st of Elul, 1 month from now, August 21st. And the way that it's going to work is that you'll be getting an email with a link to a sign-up sheet. And we're going to ask that families, individual families, sign up for time slots from that first day that we can do it, the 21st of August, until the 17th of September, right before Rosh Hashanah. And over the course of those appointments, all of which will actually be at my home, which backs right up to the marsh, we will have some time together, appropriately distanced as well as masked, but to perform the Tashlich ritual together. We'll also have the opportunity to hear the sounding of the shofar, something that's done each day during the final month of the year, of the month of Elul. I'll have some snacks for you because no Jewish event is complete without a little nosh and a little bit of a drink. I'm excited about this because I, as the new rabbi at Emmanuel, get to welcome you to my home as well as meet people face to face. I'm excited for each one of you who have the opportunity to perform this annual ritual in what I hope is a meaningful and powerful way that is in line with our tradition, done knowing that it's safe, that it's being done appropriately, knowing that it's being done with the best of intention and within the bounds of our tradition. When you see the link for the sign-up sheet in your email, I hope that you'll take the time to find a moment when you and your family can come to my home and join me in performing this ritual of Tashlich. We have many other programs that we're hoping to roll out over the course of this month as we lead up to Elul, throughout Elul, and into the high holidays. Again, ways that bring us together while staying at a safe distance, ways that make the holidays meaningful and powerful despite all that's going on in the world around us. There are many big changes going on at Synagogue Emmanuel. I understand it, I know it, I hear it. I hope that it starts many different conversations about what Judaism looks like in our community, in our synagogue, during the time of this pandemic. And I want you to know also that I'm here to listen, that I'm here to listen to the excitement for the good things that are going to come out of this, that I'm here to listen for the anxieties of what it means to not be together during this time. And while all of that is going on, I know that we will continue to come together, that we will continue to find innovative, creative, and meaningful ways to increase our spirituality, to increase our togetherness, to increase what it means to be Jewish, what it means to be part of the Charleston Jewish community, of what it means to be part of Synagogue Emmanuel. Thank you, and Chodesh Tov.